Hey, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about our Aurora dive watch. This is not a new watch in our lineup, however, on popular demand, due to several requests, I've decided to make some new dials and hands for the watch, and so we've got some new combos coming out. This one was featured on our Facebook page a couple of days ago, and we had a lot of requests for it, so I've decided to do a little bit of a review to reintroduce the watch. All right, so this is our Aurora 200-meter dive watch. This watch is a 316L stainless steel dive watch, and its finish is brushed all along the surfaces. So that's the top of the case, the back of the case, and the bracelet inside and outside, and you've got a polished finish that you're going to see all along the sides of the case and the sides of the bracelet, and also the sides of the clasp. So that's all the way around on the sides. Your bezel is a 120 click, unidirectional dive bezel. Okay, it's got 3 prongs, so it's got very little to no playback on it. You're not going to slip backwards when you're turning it. So it's got kind of the same construction as our Cav1 dive watch, or if you've ever handled an Omega Planet Ocean, you're going to know it's going to have the same type of feel as that. Our case width across, not including the crown, so that's the width of the case from this side to this side, is 43 millimeters. The case width across, including the crown, is 45.5 millimeters. The lug-to-lug distance, that's tip to tip, is 45 millimeters, and the lug-to-lug distance from bar to bar, so that's from spring bar inside the lugs to the other spring bar, is 41.5 millimeters. The total thickness of the watch, including the domed crystal, is 12.7 millimeters. So that's not too tall, and it's not got a very thick protruding case back. The case back is recessed. It's sort of recessed bubble back to sit nice and comfy on the wrist, but to sit also nice and flat on the wrist. And the crystal does not sit too proud of the bezel. It is domed inside and outside. It's got anti-reflective coating on the inside. Okay. The crown is a screw-down crown. It is quadruple sealed, and it is signed. So you've got a gasket inside the end of the crown. You've got a gasket two gaskets, inside the tube, and you've got another gasket on the outside of the tube, something like what you'll see on a Rolex sub. The case back is domed for comfort, so that sort of sit nicely along the back of your wrist, and it's also recessed. Okay, try and get a good look at that. There we go. It's also recessed, so it's going to sit very nicely, and it stays in place nicely on your wrist once you've got this dialed in for size. Okay. The crystal, as we said before, is sapphire, and its construction is double dome inner and outer, and that's with the, sorry, I'm trying to get a focus on there. That's with the inner coating, so you're not going to see that coating too much. Okay, and it's not going to be able to scrape off as it's on the inside. It's double domed, so that you're not going to get distortion looking from an angle. You should always be able to see what time it is, no matter from what angle you look at the watch. Your movement inside that the watch is running on is a Japan-made Miyota, that's sort of Citizen, 9015 movement. That's a 24 jewel movement that beats at 28,800 vibrations per hour. So it's got a nice smooth second hand. Some might call that high speed, high beat. I don't really call that a full-on high beat. I would say that more 36,000 is a more true high beat. You know, but your 28,800 is nice and smooth in any case. It's the same thing as at a 2824 too. You have automatic wind, hand wind, and hack. You have quick set date. Of course, you have date wheel. It's black on white, and you have 42 hours of power reserve. The movement, if you get brave to open up and look at it, is decorated It's decorated across the bridge. It's not decorated on the rotor, and the movement is held in by a metal spacer that is between the movement and the case. It's not got a plastic spacer, this one. It's screwed onto a metal spacer. All right, so we'll talk a little bit about the dial and the hands. The dial is a semi-matte finish. It is a sunburst finish, so if you've got that outside in the sun, or you get it at certain light sources at the angle, you've got a sunburst finish. It's got gloss print. The hands are also gloss. The luminous material is our signature blend of 95% C1 and 5% C3. And your bezel also has an insert of full-on C3 luminous. All right, so you'll be able to see where you've got your minutes marked. It's emphasized with the full C3. The bracelet is a solid link bracelet. It is an H-link bracelet, so all of the links move. It will be extra comfortable that way. It's not sort of bent only at every second link. All of the links are bent, and they're also held together with tubes and screws as opposed to pins. So very nice solid construction. The bracelet is not going to stretch or wear. All right, we try and give a view from most of the angles here. And your clasp is fully milled. It is a flip lock clasp, full steel. It has an extension as well. All right. This comes packed in one of our plastic injected boxes, so it's going to stay nice and safe while en route. The price of this one right now, which I've knocked back the price a little bit because the dial and the hands are a little bit more affordable than on the original version. The new price is $450 shipped. Okay, and what we're going to do also is we're going to give a little bit of a sale until the end of the month. We're going to be offering this with free EMS shipping. If you choose to buy it before the end of the month, that's before the end of September 2016, we'll need a phone number for the EMS shipping as well. All right, thanks very much for looking, and we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.